Live from Providence, this is ABC 6 News at 5.
Are you gonna throw rocks?
I'll bust you a minute. Give me my bat.
Two ABC 6 journalists attacked by vicious dogs while covering a story, and tonight, that dog's owner under arrest. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Karen Myers. John DeLuca is on assignment. The woman who sicked her dogs, part pit bull, on our crew is now charged with 2 felonies. She caused another commotion today during her first court appearance. We hear from ABC 6 reporter Mark Curtis, who's live at Providence District Court. Mark, what happened in court today?
Well, it was interesting what happened in court today. We'll talk about that in a bit, Karen. But boy, oh boy, this has been the talk of Providence for almost 24 hours now. It was all over talk radio today. It was the chatter on the street, the chatter on the internet. The story even went viral last night after it aired on ABC 6 News at 11. Well, now the suspect is formally charged. 35-year-old Melissa Lawrence was in district court charged with 2 counts of felony assault. Her public defender tried his best to shield her from our cameras, but there is no mistaking what she did before our cameras Tuesday night.
Get away from my office!
As seen in the video, Lawrence threw a rock at our crew, threatened them with a baseball bat, and finally sicked her dogs. A legal analyst says Lawrence could face prison time.
Using a rock, using a bat, using dogs to attack somebody, that could be significantly serious.
Come on! You know you're breaking the law right now.
ABC 6 News reporter Abby Nisgoda was treated for dog bites, and news photographer Mark Jackson suffered an arm injury when he was struck by the rock. The crew was trying to interview Lawrence about a shooting at her home earlier this week that injured her daughter. Lawrence was released on $50,000 personal recognizance, but could forfeit her bail if she gets in trouble again.
She can get out on the condition of her good behavior and keeping the peace.
Away from my house!
Even though Lawrence was released, she could still face additional charges beyond the 2 counts of felony assault. And let's talk a little bit about that, because Melissa Lawrence's dogs, they were nowhere to be found today. We're told that animal control went to the house to investigate and potentially confiscate those 2 dogs and could not find them. So if they are being deliberately hidden by Lawrence or someone else, there could be more criminal charges relating to that. Now, meantime, ABC 6 reporter Abby Nisgoda continues to recover from her injuries. The dog bite she received last night, she has already gotten a tetanus shot and is being followed up on that. Photographer Mark Jackson is recovering for some lacerations to his arm when he put it up to block that rock that was thrown at his camera. That's the latest live from Providence District Court. I'm Mark Curtis, ABC 6 News. Karen?
Hey, Mark, before you go, I wanted to ask you about Melissa Lawrence's demeanor in court today.
Well, I tell you what, there was a little bit of a dust-up before the judge came into the courtroom today. Her public defender went over to confer her, and she yelled rather loudly, "Are you serious?" And at that point, the bailiffs come over, and they said, "You've got to calm down. This man is here trying to help you. No more outbursts." And from after that point, she quieted down. But there was something that clearly upset her again in courtroom, Karen, and she clearly didn't want to be there.
And she was even sending people a message with the shirt she was wearing, I understand?
Yeah, she wore a shirt in court today, a very bright pink shirt with the saying, "My attitude is your problem." Not the kind of shirt you want to be sending, or bumper sticker you might want to be sending to a judge in a courtroom. He didn't make any reference to that, but clearly judges don't take too kindly to that kind of thing going on in their courtroom. She can't be sanctioned for it, obvious, but again, she said, "My attitude is your problem," and a lot of people think that kind of sums up her attitude in this whole story, quite honestly.
Probably doesn't sit well with the judge. All right, thank you very
Right.
much, Mark.